All that whole area got a lot of trees. Read on.
And it says, and the wild beasts shall change their places.
And wild beasts shall change their places. You got animals popping up in places that you never thought animals was at. The bull that was in North. It came. We don't know where that could have even possibly came. How did it get to North? Because North don't got bulls except for that arena. And that's not even in North. That's Harrison. How the hell did a bull? It came from what's that called? Frelinghuysen. It went through Frelinghuysen. Yeah, and somehow it wound up in Penn Station on the damn tracks. Y'all don't think that's weird? Right after that movie came out with all those animals, the swans and flamingos and deer acting wild. That I Am Legend, like y'all don't think that's a little weird? How the hell do a bull end up in North? Read on. And it's in the Bible. Yeah. These animals are changing their place, like they are places where they don't belong. Y'all remember them, and they're still around too, them red and black little flying things?
Oh, the lantern flies?
The lantern flies. Them joints is killing trees from within. You might have a whole bunch of lantern flies eat up a tree from within. That tree will fall on your house. And that might cause a damn wildfire. Read on.
And the wild beasts change their places. It says, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
Oh, man. And we ain't got to start talking about these kids now, man. These young black and Hispanic Native Americans, these are monsters. These are all like destructive and pop pills and just shoot up blocks, and that's all they do. They pop pills and get high and do stuff that they can't even explain.
Hey, and also them bringing forth monsters is physical disabilities as well. You got to think about the way that the world is going. They already talked about, can't say too much, but with the juicy jab, the dragon juice, how that was affecting women that were pregnant, all right, their children, okay, having certain types of deformities or neurological, disabilities. And then now they're over here trying to give people fake food, bioengineered food. That's you changing the biology of yourself. So you eating that and then you having children. What do you think those children are gonna come out as, man? They're gonna be cyborgs, man. Oh yeah, the dude from 300, right? Yeah, yep. You already had the Zika babies with their heads, and that was just a mosquito bite. This devil got a lot more, chemical, biological types of warfare that he's pushing out. Because remember, what is his ultimate goal? He wants to depopulate the earth. And they showed you that in that movie, TV show Utopia, on how they could use certain types of juicy jabs, right, to get people to become sterile, X, Y, and Z. Can't say too much, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a time, as the scripture says, like never before, man. And people's minds are going to literally fail them for fear, because they're not prepped spiritually, they're not prepped physically, you're not prepped for emotionally for the things that the Lord is bringing for the day of the Lord, for His wrath. Right now, you haven't really experienced the Lord's wrath, man. These are just scourges. These are just the Lord, having scourges. But once the Lord has the elect sealed, and once He lets those 4 angels let loose, once He says, I hold my tongue no more, and He's literally not holding His tongue no more, it's just going to be one after the other. That's why I said, it's going to be like trying to flee from a lion, and a bear going to meet you. And then trying to flee from the bear, and the serpent going to bite you. Meaning what? You're never going to feel like you're in a comfortable spot. Right now, people feel comfortable still. Right now, people still feel as though they can have something to look forward to or smile about. But when all hell actually breaks loose and it's on a consistent basis, you're not going to feel comfortable. That's why the Lord always, the prophets, the men of the Lord, that's what I'm saying, start from the elders, always talk about what? Get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? That's a mindset. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Because what's about to go down is going to be uncomfortable situations, even for us. We're just hoping that the Lord gives us the mindset, gives us the strength to be able to endure it. That's why He said, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. The endurance really starts in your mind. Because a lot of people, they're going to become weak and feeble-minded, and they're going to give up, and they're going to say, "What? Hey, I'm going to just take that seed hit. I can't deal with the uncomfortability no more. I can't deal with not having no heat. I can't deal with not knowing, how I'm going to eat." But the Lord said, "What? His servants are going to eat." You got to believe that. But only His servants. He didn't say anybody and everybody. Only His servants are going to eat. And He knows who His servants are because they're the ones that what? They're the ones that have been doing His will while they had time to do so. They're the ones that haven't loathed His law. They're the ones that have forsaken this world and followed the Lamb. The Lord knows exactly who His elect is, man. And it says in 2 Peter that He knows how to reserve the godly from temptation. He knows how to preserve the godly from temptation. It's not going to be something to the Lord where He got to try to figure out, he in a bad case right now. I don't know what to do. I don't really know. Give me an idea. Michael, I need you to give me an idea. It's complicated. Remember, the Lord said it was a light thing to raise up Jacob. Now we got to remember how far we was done. The Lord done put us we was at a low ass point. We was at a low point intellectually, wisdomly of knowing who we were. Esau did a phenomenal job at beating our culture, our history, our heritage out of us. But look how light it was for the Lord to actually wake us up. So-called Negroes, Latinos, even Israelites that don't even look like Israelites. It's a light thing. For an Israelite and you can't even say, well, what does Israelite look like, right? Because we all suspect a bird. But you got Israelites that are calling upon the name of the Lord that look like so-called Filipinos. You got to think about how crazy that would be to an outside person looking in. Like, why you're a Filipino person? Why are you calling yourself an Israelite? You're over here saying that Filipinos are heathens and they're going to be put into slavery. You look like a Filipino. But the Lord said, "No, it's a light thing. I'm gonna wake him up real quick." Now he in the mindset of being an Israelite. He calling on my name. Yeah, you see it. That's a spiritual thing. So if he could raise up so-called white-looking Israelites, condemning Edomites, calling them the devil, telling them they're going into captivity. You looking at yourself every day in the mirror like, I look like anybody. You don't think that way. And the Lord said, "It's a light thing. I've got you in Edomite body, but you over here thinking like a son of God, because that's what you are." So if it's a light thing, for the Lord to do that, how much more for Him to actually protect us in the times that we're coming into? That's the power of the Lord, man. That's why He said He is. That's why He is who He is.
Ephesians 5:14. Wherefore He saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahawashi shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Yep.
Redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
They said walk circumspectly, not as fools. Right? Because in Proverbs it says that a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but a foolish pass on and are punished. That movie shows you, and really, I would have liked to see how people actually in the city was acting, but it shows you that a lot of people don't, even when shit hits the fan, they don't really realize. They don't realize it until it's like becomes very detrimental. Because that night when he came to the house, it was already popping off. But they still were trying to say, all right, let's just wait it out until the morning. Let's just see what's going on. And everything might just be good, when we wake up in the morning. Nah, joy didn't come in the morning for you. Right? And that's a foolish mindset. And that's how a lot of people are going to be thinking in these times. They're going to think that, it's just one incident. Or, the lights went out, whatever. I think the lights went out in New York a couple days ago for like a couple seconds.
That stuff happened.
But what's that about? Over in Texas, they had military helicopters flying over the city, low. So why are they doing that? Right? Why? And they said that there was training. But what you training for? What type of terrain? Because when you do military operation training, you train based off of the terrain that you're going to be. What's that again?
Plan to go.
You plan to go, right? So if you go into a metropolitan area like Dallas, there's not a lot of places like that, and that's not like that in the Middle East. You're not finding those types of spots in the middle, over in Iran. So where are you really planning on fighting this type of battle? It's going to be in the soils of America.
Urban combat.
Here we go. We didn't forget about Jade Helm 15 that came out in 2015. All those types of different exercises, military exercises that they've been doing, those are for a particular reason, man. But most people are unaware. That's why Yahawashi said that day comes upon you unawares. For as a snare upon the whole earth, it shall come and try you. The whole earth is going to be snared. You still got that in Luke? You can read it. Continue.
All right, Luke 21:35. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Verse 36. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
That's right. It said, watch and pray. All right, and only, once again, the elect, they understand the value of prayer, man. That's why Paul said what? To pray without ceasing. You got to pray for the Lord to be with you during Jacob's trouble, before the Jacob's trouble. That's what that's a prayer that I try to do frequently, man. To protect me during the hour of temptation, to keep me during Jacob's trouble. Most people they're not thinking about it. What's Jacob's trouble? What's the hour of temptation? You don't even got the mind. You gotta, I thank the Lord for giving me the spirit to pray. Because most people don't even pray. And that's the Lord said what? Ask and ye shall receive. But what you asking for? You asking for, people ask the Lord, for this new job, can I get the materialistic carnal things, man? And guess what? The Lord might give it to you. But you ain't ask for the things that you really gonna need. When all hell breaks loose, you like, well, you never asked me for this. So when you was asking for all these other things, and when you was living in these benefits, but you ain't know me, you didn't come seek. The Lord said, wait, glory not in your riches, glory not in your wisdom or your might, but he that glorify that he know me.
All right.
That's what you glory to. You ain't never knew the Lord. You ain't never, you wasn't trying to get into a relationship with the Most High through his son. You were just trying to ask the Lord for things like he was a genie. And Yahawashi said it, right? They say the rain can shine on the just and the unjust. Hey, the Lord, you want that? I give that to you. But when times get rough, yo, now you won't call upon me. Give me that in Proverbs. Now you won't call upon me, but I will not answer. Because you didn't want to, because of the reproof. You didn't want to take the correction. You just wanted to get all the good stuff, but you didn't want to get the discipline. There's a discipline. Why do you think they were called disciples? There's a discipline in following Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. There isn't what these churches say about you can, Lord accepts you how you are and how you want to be, and you can do whatever you want to do. The Lord loves everybody just the way they are. That ain't the Most High, man. That's Satan. That's do as thou wilt. The Lord, when you come to the Lord, you gotta come correct, man. Why do you think there's laws on sacrifice? Why do you think there's certain types of animals you can sacrifice? If you could just, why do you think Cain got what he got? Because he tried to do whatever he wanted to do. When there was a specific order of what you're supposed to bring to the Lord for a sacrifice, he was like, no, I'm gonna bring you some fruits. I don't want no fucking fruits. That's not what I told you. That's why he said, if you do right, will you not be accepted?
That's your goal.
Yep.
The point is in 28, but I'm gonna start at 22. Proverbs 1 and 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
That's right. How long are you going to hate knowledge, man? How long are you going to delight in simplicity? That's what this world, that's one of the most vexing things of people, man. The fact that they delight in being simple. As it says, what? Folly set in great dignity. Like, why people that are foolish, when you see the internet, it's just like, yo, man, And I get caught up. Now I don't get caught up in like the foolishness of it, but I'm on the internet. I'm on social media. But it's just like, yo, people really love this shit, and they just keep giving it to you. Like especially like with blue face and all, and his girl like, bro, like leave them niggas alone. Like leave that shit. That's just like so much stupidity. I was asking my parents a couple of weeks ago. They love watching them BET reality TV shows. Yeah. It's funny because like that shit's ratchet as hell. My parents, they not ratchet at all. I'm like, that's some church, so-called church.
It's like the opposite.
Yeah. I'm like, why y'all like that? He was like, it's just drama. It's just drama. I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, what are you getting out of this?
What you call it? Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
I think that's both BT, right?
Like, what are you getting out of this? It's just bad fun. Like, really. Right, that black. That's black excellence, right? And but what does a wise man's, prudent man's thoughts, where their thoughts are going to be at? Their conversations are in heaven. So what really should be exciting to a man of the Lord? Things that pertain to the kingdom of God, man. The news, things that are the geoeconomic, geopolitical. And we watch movies, but prophetic movies like Leave the World Behind, those things are exciting to us because those things pertain to the kingdom and the righteousness that we are seeking for the Lord to bring upon the earth in the fall of this kingdom, which is tied to our kingdom.
And I was going to say, even if we're not watching "quote unquote" prophetic things, we have built the foundation of spiritualness that we can extrapolate out of everything.
Yep. But they, like how the scripture says, they delight in simplicity. Go ahead.
It's, verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Yep. How's the Lord doing that? By way of his prophets. Right? He raised up his men in these last times, as he's done before. Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. It's the same thing. But this time it's going to be the greatest pestilence, the greatest wars, and the greatest evils. But it's also going to be the greatest deliverance. This is the final generation of judgment that the Lord is bringing upon this age. So he said, I'm gonna make my words known unto you. I'm gonna give them the spirit, rising them up 3 times early, sending them. I'm gonna bring them all out at once. Because during the certain captivities, you didn't have, I always say this is the generation or the captivity where you had the most prophets out at one time. During the Egyptian, Babylonian, Assyrian. Remember, you had the prophets in those times, but they wasn't as deep as they are now. The Lord got all the prophets out in this generation, different languages, all throughout the 4 corners of the earth, teaching and preaching the same thing. Why does he have said, I'm gonna make my word known unto you? You cannot know about this. Because when this happens, when I send my son back, he's not talking. He's not coming to teach. He's not coming to tell you, oh, this is the way. No, he's like, I already sent them. They told you. They told you in English. They told you in Japanese. They told you in different languages you could translate on the internet. They done told you.
As Jake said, it's going to be on site.
Yep. On site. That's why I said I'm gonna roar like a travailing woman. But before I do that, y'all come up hither, so that indignation be overpassed. The ones that believe. Y'all come, y'all get removed from this. Go ahead.
Verse 24, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
There you go, man. This is coming from the Lord's mouth, man. Right? Solomon wrote it. We'll read. Solomon is Yahawashi. Yahawashi is the word of the Lord. So he's saying what? That I'm going to mock when your fear comes. He ain't going to have, it's not going to be a type of a time where the Lord going to be like, oh, I feel bad. I'm pitying you. Nah, you done had all this time, this liberty, this opportunity to do what you wanted to do, and you tried to do the things that the Lord hated. The things that and then you hated the things that he told you to do. That's the craziest thing. You did the things that he hated and hate the things that he told you to do. That's like a double whammy. So when the Lord brings his judgment, it's gonna be. I'm not. That's fair. I think that's what it is. Did you not say my way's not equal? That's an equal way. Go ahead.
Verse 27, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
There you go. They said when your desolation and anguish comes upon you, man. Right now, once again, people are not in anguish. They're feeling a tighter squeeze, right? You're feeling a tighter squeeze with financially, your standard of living is being brought low, but you're not in anguish just yet. Over there in Gaza, they're in anguish. Them Gazanians, the Palestinians, they're in anguish right now. They're afraid every single day of that might be their last day. A war-torn country where they needed what? Humanitarian assistance, right? But ain't nobody gonna give humanitarian assistance to Babylon. They said they gonna look narrowly upon you. People already hate Americans throughout the world. You tell somebody that you're an American, they gonna look at you funny if you were in a different country. Now the only reason they might fuck with you is because of the greenback. But a lot of people already got disdain toward Americans. So when this place goes down, ain't nobody gonna be out here. We gotta go help America. We gotta go help the Americans. Nah, they ain't good for them. And not just the Americans, but the Western civilizations as a whole, man.
And to back up what the elder is saying, you got to think about it like this: when people in France, when people in Israel, Palestine, when people in England, Russia, when they watch the TV and they see what's going on, they see all the let's say immorality, they equate that with us too. They're like, oh, well, those are all the same people. They look at us like we're the same as them because we tolerated here. So you got to look at it like that. What they see as Americans, they watch Empire, for example, maybe with some type of app or some translation or subtitles. I think you said, right? They might watch it, but they see a character like Jussie Smollett. Oh, that's an American, right? Or they'll see some, whatever you see on Power, characters dealing with, doing whatever immorality that they're doing, and they see that as American. So they see that the same as us, right?
I was gonna say, when Kristaps Porzingis first came to the NBA, he said he learned American culture by watching World Star. That's what he was watching before he came over here.
And you can only imagine what time you see it on World Star. But that's what America is, man. It's a land of confusion. It's a land of what is that? The mother of harlots, as it says. The mother, the place. You get that in Revelation 17. Just pull up when it's, the part where it says the one with the golden cup of the harlots. That's what this place is, man. People don't look at America as being a morally a sound place. Oh, you got strong, ethical, moral values. They don't look at this place like that, man. They see the underhanding back dealings, the atrocities, right? The stealing that America does. The sanctioning that they do to their other countries.
Revelation 17 verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
He said abominations of the earth. Why do you think Russia just had to pass a law that basically against the alphabet community? Why they had to do that? Because of the influence that starts here in America that has been pushed throughout the whole entire earth of this being an acceptable way of life. Look what you had Kamala Harris over there in, I believe, in Ghana, basically telling them that they're going to stop doing business with them if they don't loosen the laws on the alphabet community over there. You gonna go to Ghana and tell them that y'all need to let them alphabet people do what they want to do over here.
The nerve.
Oh, we ain't fucking with you financially. Matter of fact, we gonna sanction you. Like you gonna threaten them to do sin. That's how much evil. That's being the abomination of the earth. Like you literally are making people forcing people to do wickedness. Remember, this is Yahawashi's inheritance. He is called the King of Righteousness, and he is seeing his inheritance, you devils, over here polluting it, defiling the earth in wickedness. His inheritance. That's why he's coming back angry. And then you got his people doing it too. You got his people going along with that. Oh, there's no talk. There is no talk. When Yahawashi comes, why do you think he's coming during Esau's age? He could have came during anything. Remember, Esau is the only one that ruled the earth, but he's the only one that ruled it and actually pushed it to like, I'm just want to do everything that is evil, everything that is wicked. Continuously too. Like there have been times when you thought like, yo, it can't get worse. Even when we came into the truth, I thought like, yo, this got to be the end because look how shit's going on. Like look how this world is. Like this shit wicked as hell. I would have never thought now, 10 years, 15 to 13 years later, like, yo, damn, this shit even worse. Like, how'd you do that? How'd you make it even worse? And that's why the Lord said, if he didn't shorten the days, there'd be no flesh saved. Think about another 15 years from now. They talking about, I got you, they talking about in 10 years, sex, the popularity of sex will be online. It will be virtual. Most people will be having sex virtually in 10 years. That means when my son is 19, the normal thing for him to do to get some ass would be to put on an Oculus. We gotta go. They gotta be there. Yo, I'm about to go get some ass, Dad. I'll be right back. You go into the room.
Wow.
What are you doing?
It's kind of like your children out there insane. It's
Like yo, you're
insane.
defiled. Like what?
No, what I was gonna say was that imagine the world when you came in the truth, right? Imagine the world when I came in, 2000. Things were so different. You had no like that community, the alphabet, whatever. There was no damn alphabet.
Word.
I mean, but they didn't call it. They wasn't called. They was called the happy community.
Yeah.
That was it. And it wasn't all that crazy. Bunch of different type of bathrooms and all, like literally this world is totally different from what it looked like in 2000.
And you was prophesying it being destroyed back then.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would have never thought like certain things would be legal and would be normal by now.
Right.
Which is insane.
Right.
Things that are legal and normal now in 2023, in 2000, you would have never told none of us that. You would have never said, like, there were things that was joked about, whatever, but they really do these days. Like, watch Married with Children with a serious tone, right? They funny, but think about the stuff that they talking about there. Imagine a Married with Children in 2023. That show, but a new version like today coming out. They will be canceled the first episode. Canceled. Because the way the world is in 2023 is so different from. So imagine, Lord forbid, I'm just adding 23 years to it. 2046. Imagine how different the world would be from, just using me as an example, from 2000.
Man, that's a 16 years after 2030. And they already got their agenda, what they got going in 2030.
Oh, man, can't go that far.
It's already bad enough that, like, if a man don't have a woman, you have to relieve yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, now you bringing this shit now with the whole digital shit, but it's like, it's already hard enough for me to get a woman, and then when I'm lonely with them, and then I gotta find relieve myself or go get a prostitute or something like that, but it's like, that's just to show you that this world is perverted. You know what I mean? This world is just gone downhill now. It's just at its end. This place has to be destroyed. We're at the end of this. This got to go down. This has to go down.
I want to say, you probably in a couple years, you try to go get a harlot, and it might, she might, oh yeah, I was born a man. And you never got to tell you now, because they already did the sex changes and all that. So like, oh yeah, afterwards, after you're done paying, thanks.
Yo, talk
It's
about
over. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yo, what did you do, bro?
But-
Lord put you in this situation.
But that's what they've been moving towards now. Because I think was that in Project X? I don't even know if that was a movie, but I'm not gonna mention it. I don't know if it was a movie. But regardless, that you got men that are getting certain bodies. I think we seen it last week, right? We had that dude that had a BBL. Like, what are you? Like, how? That's how defiled the world has gotten to where now you gotta ask a human. The Lord only created male and female, but now you gotta ask them, what are you? Like, and it's very distinctive to be able to tell a man from a woman. Like, it should be a natural man from a natural woman. As adults, it's very easy to distinguish that. There's no like, oh, you could be. But now, because of Esau perversion and wickedness, now you're like, hey, what the, yeah, that's the perfect word. Sorcery. Because of the witchcraft that he has pushed out throughout the, like, you got in so much with witchcraft that you have changed actual reality of things. Like, you have made an illusion in reality. Like, you don't know what you're looking at. Like, you're in reality, but you're kind of like, what the fuck is going on right now? But what is it really? It's all lying wonders. That's him. That's the power that this devil has. Is deceit. His lying wonders. His false miracles. You got more Proverbs?
Verse 29. Proverbs 20:29. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
Right. You didn't choose the fear of the Lord. Because the fear of the Lord is what? The beginning of wisdom. You chose to fear the things of this world. You chose to fear Esau. You chose to fear the one who has power over death in this world. You chose to fear your image in this world being tainted. Because you got what? A lot of people may not be down with a lot of these agendas that Esau is pushing out, but because they don't want to be ostracized, they don't say nothing. Because they don't want to be looked at or canceled, they don't say nothing. But the Lord said what? Who shall rise up for me against the evildoers? Who shall stand up for righteousness? Who's going to actually speak against these things? Because the majority of people don't want to speak against it because they're afraid of the backlash. But that, hey, the Lord has made us. That's why he raised up the prophets. That's why the prophets are going to get a reward for what they're doing. Because in order to do what we're doing, we know that the job description says you're going to be hated. You're going to be persecuted. You're going to be ostracized. People are going to separate from your company. You're going to be mocked. You're going to be laughed at. You imagine you go into a job and you read that job description and you're like, all right, this is what comes with it. And then your pay comes when the owner comes back.
Luke 6:22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company,
Right, yep.
and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil.
There you go. See, in this world, everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants to be, popular. Right? And there's nothing wrong with being famous, because guess what? The Lord gonna make us famous. But it's about what you're being famous for. In this world, you get famous for being wicked, for doing evil things. You get famous for doing evil things or foolish things. Wisdom isn't set, and I'm talking about the wisdom of Yahawashi. That isn't highly exalted in this world. That's put low. So the Lord said, blessed are you when men shall separate their company for you for his name's sake. Because that's what it's all about. It's really about who you really don't mess with. Which is who? What? Yahawashi. Go ahead.
For the Son of Man's sake, rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven.
There you go. That's the reward, man. That Yahawashi said is with him. My reward is with me. What is the reward of Yahawashi? Immortality, dominion, the earth, peace. All these things is the Lord's reward because he defeated this world. That's why he said, "Be of good cheer, for I have overcome this world." So, if you take that L for the Lord now, he said, "Yo, rejoice, because your reward in heaven is great." But I got coming with me, that I got coming for you. Yeah, you should be happy about that. Shit that you're dealing with right now, the affliction that you're dealing with right now, it's light. I promise you, it's a light thing. What I got coming, what my Father gave me, you gonna look at what you went through as something that it was. You can't even compare. That's what Paul said. You can't compare the sufferings of this present world with the glory that you're gonna get when Yahawashi returns. So rejoice. And he said, but be of good cheer and rejoice. It said, leap for joy. Go ahead. I think that was it.
For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets.
Yep. And that's the same position that we are coming into, man. When you read the lives of prophets in the ancient world, these pastors be talking about, oh, I'm a man of the Lord. They never call themselves prophets. Some of them do, but most of them don't call themselves prophets. They say pastors or whatever, right? But when you read about being a prophet and you read the lives that prophets had, it wasn't something that they didn't have a life, oh yeah, I wake up, I'm a prophet today, let's go out. Nah. They were being ridiculed. They got put, some prophets got put to death, some got thrown in prison. They had hard lives, man. Back in the ancient time, the disciples, they all got put, all of the 12 disciples got put to death. They didn't live because they were prophets of the Lord. They didn't, of Yahawashi, disciples of Yahawashi, they didn't have lives, easy lives, man. So when you go to these churches and you see how these so-called pastors and men of God, so-called men of God are living, it don't add up to where a true man of the Lord is living. Now I'm not saying that we out here getting stoned and stuff, but we're not valued in this world like a T.D. Jakes is. We're not looked at or esteemed, highly esteemed in this world. But the Lord said, what? The highly esteemedness that you're going to get is in heaven. It's not here. That's why it says in Timothy that all they, it said that, what is that? All they that live godly shall suffer persecution. Because we're living in an ungodly world. So the one doesn't go with the other.
To give you one example of dangers that prophets went through. The main prophet, Hamashiach Yahawashi. John 7 verse 1. After these things, Yahawashi walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry, because the Jews sought to kill him.
There you go, man. There were certain areas that Yahawashi said, I might as well go there right now, because the way that they turn, the way that they coming, they trying to kill me. And best believe, if there wasn't certain laws in place right now, there have been definitely times that people would have tried to actually kill us, man. Because that's what this word does. Hebrews, the 4th chapter. Hebrews 4 and 12, the word of the Lord is quick and powerful. And it reveals your intent. It reveals your mind. That's why a lot of times people, they don't want to deal with what the scripture says, man. They don't want to deal with what thus saith Yahawashi says, because when that happens, you get revealed. Your spirit gets revealed. You're either righteous or you are either a wicked spirit. You either are for the Lord or you're against him. That's why Yahawashi said that all day. You either for me or against me. And the only way you're gonna find that out is if you start listening to what he says. And where do you listen to what he says? Through his word, through the scriptures. Once you start hearing the scriptures being broken down the right way by the prophets, that's when it's gonna be determined whether or not you are with the Lord or against him. You're not gonna be like, I'm kind of in between. The Lord not dealing with you. You're not dealing with somebody that's, I like you saying that, but I like now. Because he said everything I say is true. Verily, verily, I say unto you. So if there's something that you don't like, then that means you're a liar. That means you're wicked. That means you're not right.
Another example. Acts 13 and 50. But the Jews stirred up the devout and honorable women and the chief men of the city and raised persecution against Paul and Barnabas, and expelled them out of their coasts.
Yep. Expelled the. He told me, you gotta get up out of here. Right? But for what reason? For teaching the gospel of the kingdom of heaven, man. That's what Paul was doing during the reign of the Roman Empire. He was teaching the gospel of the kingdom of heaven. Repent ye, believe the gospel. But once again, that comes with a certain type of life that you gotta live. It ain't about just because what did King David said, I believe, therefore have I spoken. Believing is an action verb. It's not just saying, oh, I believe and that's it. If you believe, then you gonna move. Noah, it said Noah being moved with fear. Right? He put in work. He built the ark. He didn't just believe what the Lord said. It's like, yeah, it's gonna rain. It's gonna flood the earth. Like, that's gonna be crazy. All right. If you really believe that the earth is gonna flood, I gotta build something. I gotta try to survive this. Oh, he gave me the blueprint. Yeah, build this. All right, I'm gonna do that. You telling me if I build this, I'm gonna survive this whole earth being flooded? Bet. I'm gonna build this thing. Because he believed the word of the Lord. And that's what we're doing. We're building the spiritual ark. Coming out here, making our bodies a living sacrifice.
Acts 15 and 26. Men that have hazarded their lives for the name of our Lord Hamashiach Yahawashi.
Yep. Hey, because the FBI agencies, FBI and the DHS, they said that the number of people that's on that list of people of interest on the DT list, they said it doubled in the last 6 years. They got over 2 million people on that list now. Understand that this truth, people that teach the truth first and foremost, and anybody that subscribes to it, y'all are on that list too. So your life is being hazarded. You clicked on one of the videos, the algorithm, oh, boom, 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 the IP addresses, boom. You like the video, boom. You now on the list. So our lives are hazarded because we come out here unprotected, physically, carnally, but we protect it spiritually, man.
And just to back up the elder's point, over a year ago, I myself applied for something simple as to renew my green card, and it's over a year, and I have literally not heard back from them. The last thing I did last December, last year, in 2022, December, I went right down the street right here to get my fingerprints done. Since then, not a letter, not nothing saying what's the stat. This is a process that takes 3 months maximum. It's been over a year, and I don't have my new green card yet. And 9 times out of 10, you know what that's about. That's we on that list, man. And I'm just going through it because I'm a foreigner. These brothers, likely, I'm not going to tell their business, was likely born here. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what's actually going on and what things in your life are being made difficult without you knowing, without somebody telling you, yeah, this paperwork is harder for you're not going to get this loan because you're this. We're not gonna do this for you. We're not gonna grant you this status because of this. They're not telling you that.
When the whole shit happened in Jersey City a couple years ago, they knew exactly where we were at. They knew exactly where to come. They knew how to get the brothers jobs, how to get the brothers places of where they live. So they already know, man. Remember, it's on the Project Megiddo, Rex 84, the Southern Poverty Law Center. They all got the truth as a potential, what they call it, extremist organization. Yeah, extremist group. Teaching the Bible, they have it listed as an extremist, institution. And it's not just teaching, it's who's teaching the Bible. It's the fact that we're saying that we are the people of the Most High, that's extreme. That's crazy. That's dangerous. But why is it dangerous? Because what does that mean? That's what it is. What does it mean if the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel. That's what is a problematic for them. When you realize what it means that we are the people of the Most High, what it means for every other nation of people on the earth, what it means for Esau Edom that is actually ruling the earth right now, what does that mean for you? It's documented history. Now you're trying to get rid of it. What you did on the soils of America to these people. You didn't just do it just to one tribe. You could have did it to just one tribe. You could have did it to 3, 4. You took you took every single nation. Give me that in Isaiah 33. Israel and Judah was oppressed together. You oppressed all of us. In Isaiah 47, where it said that upon the ancient you very heavily laid thy yoke.
I got Isaiah 50, like verse.
You did it to the whole nation, which, as the scripture says, was not Esau and Jacob brother, saith the Lord. But you were supposed to be the closest kin to us. I think, not Isaiah, sorry, Jeremiah.
Yo, because I'm like, hold up.
Jeremiah 50, verse
Children of
33.
Judah pressed together. I thought that was Jeremiah. Okay, you got it. So I'm going to Jeremiah. All right, so Jeremiah.
And there has never been payback for that. There has never been retribution for that. And then also remember, you did the same thing to the Lord himself. And he ain't never get you back for that. So you got a lot to pay for from the top on down. Got it?
So I got Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33, and it reads, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Held them fast, meaning that word fast is tight. You had a strong grip on us, man. And he said you refused to let us go. How many uprisings did we try to do? How many rebellions did we try to do? Then you had the political route, where you had a lot of the Million Man March, that BS. But even with that took a whole process. It wasn't just like overnight. He was like, I'm gonna give you niggas some type of civil. It's called civil rights. What's the word civil mean? You didn't want to give us civil rights. Just to be a civilian. Or to have civilization. You got the meaning?
Late 14th century, relating to civil law or life, pertaining to the internal affairs of a state. From Old French, civil, relating to civil law. And directly from Latin, civilis, relating to a society pertaining to public life.
The public life, go ahead.
Relating to the civic order, benefiting a citizen.
Go ahead. I think there's a little bit where it says...
hence, by extension, popular, affable, courteous.
Courteous. You didn't want to give us courteous. You don't want to be courteous to us. Just with life. With life. You didn't want to, or with rights, I should say. You didn't want to give us the courtesy for us to have certain laws just for us to maintain in life. And then on top of that, when we try to just, do our own thing, you come in what? Destroy those towns. Destroy those institutions that we built on our own. And once again, this was who? The children of God you did this to. The Lord said what? He that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of mine eye. So these things have to be paid back for. These things have to get revenge for. There has to be a payback. But Yahawashi is, as we said, vengeance belongeth unto me, saith the Lord. He's the one that's going to rise up to the prey. Because he's the one that got it, but he's the one that got it in a perfect body. You beat him when he didn't deserve it. You killed him when he didn't do anything to deserve to be put to death in that body. So he gets the first of the retribution. And then he said, my brothers, y'all going to join with me. He that overcometh, shall I give him power over the nations. And he shall beat them with a rod of iron. Right? That's how you get payback. And the Lord said, what? Give them double what you gave unto what they gave unto you. What they did to you, you do it double unto them. But not the wicked of it, just the pain of it. It's going to be a double painful rulership that you're going to have to be at the bottom of.
Oh,
You still got prophets or you finished? I think like, you got like 4 more Saturdays. Oh, Isaiah 47. Yeah, Isaiah 47. I think it's 6. Let me get this first. Right? Because what? All this time, it's all good. All this time, you've been doing these things, right? And I think it's Isaiah 33 chapter. It says, "When thou shalt cease to spoil, then now it's going to be spoiled." Now you got that. Jake is in his mindset to where, oh, they're able to get generational wealth. They're able to go to college. They're able to do all these things to progress in life because they feel as though their ancestors fought for them to get to this position. Esau is talking about, trying to help out the black community, all these different things. So it's appearing, and I say the word appearing, that they're ceasing from trying to spoil us. But the Lord said, when you cease from spoiling, then you're going to be a spoiler. And that's what you see happening to your kingdom. Now America, Babylon the Great is in a tailspin right now. It's not getting better. Life in America is not getting better. They just came out with the top 10 places, best places to live on earth. America was not one of them. It was not one of them. But this is supposed to be the greatest country in the world, right? Why is it not one of the best places to live on earth then? Got it.
Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance.
Why was the Lord wroth, meaning angry with his people? Because you Israelites were following after false gods. You so-called blacks and Latinos, y'all were going after idols, man. Gods that cannot save. There's only one true living God, and he only has one name. But you want to follow Jesus Christ. That's not the name of the Son. Or you want to follow Allah. That's not the name of the Heavenly Father. Allah just means God. Well, what is God's name? What is the great power's name? That's what he wants to know. He said that the elect shall praise my holy name. Holy means separate, meaning you can't put this with anything else. The name of the Lord is hallowed. So if you can't tell me the name of the Lord, if you don't know the Heavenly Father's name, then you can't be a servant of him. Because the first thing he does, what do you tell Moses? Tell them, I sent, Yahawah sent you. Well, what's the name? That's me, I'm him. That's it. So when you over here talking about Jesus, Allah, Hare Krishna, God, the Most High, like, well, I created heaven and the earth. Where's these other gods at? Before me, there was none, and then after me, there shall be no other. So where's these other gods that you are serving? Where's the other living gods at? He's the only living God, so why are you serving these other gods? And if they're alive, tell them to come see me. We need to talk.
right.
We need to have a communication, because I created all y'all.
You serving him?
And you serving him, but where is he? Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring some calamity upon you. Since you want to serve them, right? Since you want to serve these gods, I'm gonna bring calamity upon you. Call upon them, see if they're gonna save you. I'm bringing it to you. I'm gonna tell my servants to tell you, Yahweh's bringing pain. You tell them, well, when the pain comes, call those gods, call Allah, and see if he's gonna save you from the pain that I'm bringing. And if he is, then he's a living God. But it's not happening. That's how the Lord shows you that he is it. He's the only God.
I just have to say this because there was this footage in hummus. We got to say the hummus. There was footage in this hummus, right? And it was like, yo, the guy was holding some limbs, and it was like everything was all dusty. And the word when I could have sworn overheard someone in that footage say, Allah, where is Allah? Because remember, the Most High always said, like the brother said, where's your God that can save? If I have servants and saying Yahweh said to tell them to kill tell them to kill those servants of Allah. What is Allah going to do when I bring him to them? If Allah does something, it means he's a living God.
Right.
So Allah's not doing nothing because now how many of them Hamas people have died? And the Lord has said, I killeth and maketh alive. That is all.
He said, none can deliver it out of my hand. This is the power that we're talking about right here, man. Remember, he's the only God that declared the end from the beginning. When we come and prophesy, that's why the Lord said, I'm gonna give my word to my people, and that's how they're gonna know that they're prophets, and that's how they're gonna know that I am the Most High. When these things come to pass, that's how you're gonna know that He is, because we're saying that the Most High is bringing X, Y, and Z. That Babylon, I will never see no prophets, no Muslim prophets or Asian prophets or any other prophets saying that, oh, this is America's about to be destroyed. World War III is about to pop off. That nuclear missiles about to fly.
Gathering all these nations together.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, where's all the other prophets of these other gods at? Where are the prophets of these other nations? There are no prophets. And if they are, they're false prophets. Because they're saying peace, peace. That's when you go to the Christian churches. They're talking about Jesus saying, oh, everybody, peace, let's pray for America. They've been praying, the Christian church has been praying for America since they got the seat, the 501(c)(3) seats. And America's only just been getting worse. So I guess your prayers are not being heard.
The 10 most livable cities.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the list of the 10 most livable cities. And you see the lock, so this is a real website. It's not somebody that just came up with some shit, right? So the top one is Vienna, Austria, where Hitler's from. Copenhagen, Denmark. Melbourne, Australia. Sydney, Australia. Vancouver, Canada. Zurich, Switzerland. Calgary, Canada. Geneva, Switzerland. Toronto, Canada. And there's a tie between Osaka, Japan, and Auckland, New Zealand.
So there was another one I read because they said Sweden was the #1 best place to live, something to that effect. But what they doing over there in Sweden? They got the cashless society over there in Sweden. A lot of the Swedes got the micro C-hip implants, and that's basically the basis of what they want to have throughout the whole world, because that was once again prophesied by the Heavenly Father that was going to happen in the end of this age. That the powers that be, the ones that rule this earth, they were going to take away the physical currency, and in order for you to buy and sell, you're going to have to implant a device inside of your body, whether it be in your hands or in your forehead. And that's how you're going to be tracked, traced. That's going to be your ID. That's going to be your way to work. That's going to be way for you to buy food, to buy clothes, to pay for things, period. And all of that information is going to be controlled by who? The central banking families. That's why they're going to have central bank digital currency. And if you don't abide by their rules, if you don't abide by their way of standard of living, which is satanic, then they're going to cut you off from society, meaning you won't be able to buy or sell. Now, how many people are going to be strong enough spiritually to be able to withstand that day? Only the elect. Because the Lord said, give me Revelation 3 and 9. The Lord said, there's only be a certain type of people that is going to survive this. That's going to be able to endure this. It ain't going to be your gun that's going to save you. It's not going to be your doomsday prepping that's going to save you. It's not going to be your house that's going to save you. Only thing that's going to save you is if the Lord wants you to be saved. Right?
Revelation 3 verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue.
Oh, not 10. Not bad.
3 and 10?
Yeah.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Yep. So that's a condition. This is red letter. Yahawashi said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will keep you from the hour of temptation. So first you got to do something in order to get something. You don't get kept from the hour of temptation if you're not keeping the word of the Lord's patience. And it is a patient thing in order to keep the word of the Lord. Because it's a way of life. You got to deny yourself. We're in the flesh, but we got to deny our flesh in order to keep the word of the Lord's patience. We got to tarry. And it says, though it tarry, wait for it. We got to continue day in and day out to stay in the same mindset of doing the will of Yahawashi when everything around us is all about pleasing the flesh. That's why Paul said what? Cast aside the sins that so easily beset us. It's easy to sin in this world. And remember, the sins are pleasures of the flesh. There's certain pleasures of the flesh that's not sin, like eating. But then again, you got people that eat things that are sinful. And that's what's promoted here in this society. To eat the things that the Lord said not to eat. It's easier, we always say it, it's easier to buy pork than it's to buy lamb. It's cheaper, so it's going to be easier. And it's bigger. So you get more meat for cheaper, but it's what? It's something that is an unclean thing unto you. It's an abomination unto you. But you got men that are claiming to be servants of Yahawashi saying that, no, you can eat that.
The sweater says Judah Tribe Fitness.
That's a Judah Tribe Fitness?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, let me see it. Yep, hey.
He's getting up.
Yep. Because what? The Lord is staring and he's woken up. But everybody that knows they're Israelite don't mean you won't be a part of the elect. Because just knowing you're an Israelite doesn't mean that you are the elect. You got to know Yahawashi. Why do you think that's why I said in John, Yahawashi came to his own and his own didn't receive him. Those own, they were Israelites of Judea that knew that they were Israelites, but they rejected Yahawashi. And if you reject Yahawashi, you might as well be a heathen, because you're gonna get a heathen's death. You got something? No. Proverbs? Yeah. Hey, yep. And that's 8 to 5, man. The word, once again, the truth is going out, man. It's a common thing for somebody to call themselves a Judite. I'm a real Jew. That's what they say. I'm a real Jew.
Proverbs 1 and 30. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices.
Yep.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
Yep. Hey, the things that you're trying to prosper in right now, like I said before, all those things are vanity, man. King Solomon literally had everything on the earth. Everything as a man could desire or want, he embodied that. And he called it all vanity. So it said, riches profiteth not in the day of evil. And that's the single mindset that most people have in this world. They just want to get rich. They just want money. But the Lord said, what? You can't serve God and mammon. You can't have this mindset of, oh, I just want to get money, because that's of this world. And that's why a lot of our people, me and the brother was talking yesterday, a lot of our people that sold out in the entertainment industry or the sports industry, maybe not every sports person sold out, but the ones that get on that high level, they get those endorsements and they become popularized, they sell out to get the riches of this world. But understand, what is actually selling out? That means that they have to be told that they're Israelites. That's why a lot of them know that they're Israelites. And then on top of them being told that they're Israelites, they're more than likely being told about Yahawashi. And they're saying, you know what Yahawashi is, you know who Yahawashi is, this is what he stands for, but in order to get these riches, you gotta do X, Y, and Z. You gotta bend over. You gotta be a sodomite. Yeah, Yahawashi hates sodomites. This is the law. But you want this money, you gotta do this. Or you gotta commit adultery. And I wanna watch. yeah, Yahawashi hates adultery. But if you want this money, you got to do this. Or you're a woman, you got to be a harlot. The Lord said he would have no daughters of Zion being a harlot. But you want to be like Beyonce, then you got to let everybody just run train on you. That's you selling your soul to gain the world. But the Lord said what? What is it for you to gain the whole world and lose your soul? Because once the time comes, that's why he said that, woe unto you that are rich. You already received your constellation. You already got your reward. Yahawashi has a reward coming, but you already got yours. This is what you wanted. But now that it's going down, now that it's being corruptible, you had Cardi B on live crying about Offset leaving her and shit. But it's like, what do you think was eventually going to happen? First, Megan Thee Stallion was crying a couple months ago, and then now Cardi B was crying. But it's like, what do you think? Is you're not a wife. You're not a wife material. At the end of the day, you are what you are. You're a heart. You're a whore. You boasted in that. That had to solve, right? What? This is what you boasted in. Sooner or later, as we just said, you read that one again where it says you fill with your own devices.
Proverbs 1:31. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way.
There you go.
Right? And be filled with their own devices.
There you go. You want to eat of the fruit of your own way. You got popularized by being promiscuous and being not shamefaced, being a harlot, and then you got married, but you're not a wife. So eventually, it's going to catch up to you. Woe to the wicked, for you shall be filled. Your hands, you should be filled with the reward of your own hands, of your own doings. So now you want to cry about, oh, he ain't shit. Well, you ain't shit. You're not somebody. You're not a Proverbs 31 chapter woman. So when he treats you like how you really are, now you want to be mad. Now you want to be angry.
What dogs make this face?
Yeah, that's actually from idolatry, Kali. If you type in the goddess Kali, she got her tongue out like that. That's why, and she also sits with her legs open. That's why they had Little Kim and Nicki Minaj. All that photography, cinematography on the music videos that they be doing. All that is really ancient rituals. Yep, you see the tongue? That's all ancient customs, man. All ancient idol worship that is being pushed out amongst who? Our people. You don't see these other nations doing these things, man. You don't even see Elamites doing that. That's the Elamite God. But it's our women that are out here in these music videos, on these concerts, on Instagram, doing all that shit, man. Basically committing idolatry and teaching our people to do so. That's why the Lord is coming with wrath and cruel anger, man.
Verse 33.
You get Wisdom Solomon 14.
But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil.
There you go. Who shall hearken, listen unto me, shall what? Dwell safely. Safely during what time? During the times during the times of leave the world behind. During the time of calamity, during the time of uncertainty. When you don't know how society is going to be operating, the Lord said, what? You listen to me, you're going to dwell safely. Well, what? Most people, they don't think, they don't think that he is. And that's what it is, man. When men would not think that thou art of a full power, that's when the Lord's going to show his power, man. I think it's
Start at 11. That's 11? Okay. Wisdom of Solomon, 14, verse 11. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation.
Yep. It said even upon the idols. Lord getting rid of the idols also. Everything's gonna be turned into smoke and dust. You ain't gonna have none of these statues of these false gods still around about.
Can I start that thing? Beautiful. I'm gonna read back 14 and 10. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it.
That which is made right? Your idols, your statues of Mary, right? Your botanicas. What are those beads that they be wearing? The Santa Maria beads.
Thicker beads for the Muslims.
Yeah, your Kofi hats. All that is going to be destroyed, man. With them that made it. Go ahead.
Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of God they are become an abomination.
Right? Yeah, because these other idols, Jake didn't create these idols. They got them from the other nations. That's why the Lord said, learn not the ways of the heathen. All these other false gods that Israel is into were borrowed from these other nations, man. Jake did not come up with no other idol that you see out here in the world. They took that from heathens. Because the Lord, we are the Lord's, and we are the living God's inheritance. So if you go from that, then you go into something that is not alive. You going lower. So the Lord said, I'm gonna visit these idols that you done said are your gods. I'm gonna show you that they're no gods. Go ahead.
And stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
Yep. Stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare, a trap to the feet of the unwise. The foolish, the ones who did not seek the Lord's counsel, who did not want to hear his knowledge. So these idols, these false religions, these false doctrines, all these are snares, man. And ultimately it's going to be a trap until your destruction. Because when it comes to the time where you're going to have to call upon, because that's what everybody does. And they show you that in these movies. When there's a time period of distress, they always say, pray to whoever you believe in. There's always a higher power, because you're in a position that your power can't save you. Your own physical power can't save you. So you're now looking for a higher power to deliver you. So it's like, pray to whoever God you pray to, that we can get that you get delivered out of here. But when you do that, if you're not praying to the living God, you might as well just pray to yourself. The Lord's saying that you got more power than to this idol that you're calling upon. This statue can't move.
Well, the next person doesn't got your life anymore.
Go ahead.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life.
Yep. The invention of them, the corruption of life, man, because from the beginning it's always been about what? What is the first commandment? Thou shalt have no other God and before the Lord God, Yahawah thy power, man. That's it. If you break that, everything else you ain't gonna follow. If you have a God if you have another God or serve another God outside of Yahawah, then obviously you're not gonna follow none of his other commandments. Why would you? So now your life becomes corruptible. Now then you become an abomination in the eyes of the Lord. And now you are fit for the wrath that the Lord is coming to bring. But if any brother want to speak, I think you got it.
Yeah. Like, come. Get Isaiah 47 and 1. Yeah.
So we got the book of
Isaiah 47 and 1.
Isaiah.
Yeah, we gonna bring out how this world is. You basically have the Obamas telling you leave the world behind. Like, how much more could you like? The title alone tells you. Read on.
So the book of Isaiah chapter 47 verse 1, and it reads, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
And the Lord is telling you, virgin daughter of Babylon is going down, man. It's going down. This kingdom is done. Read on.
O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground, there is no throne.
There is no throne. the rulership that's ruling now is not going to be ruling forever. It's done. People don't respect rulership no more. You got people throwing can you say the name the name of?
You gotta spell it out.
ILLUM.
Oh, Illuminati. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the Illuminati, you got people throwing the name of the Illuminati all over the place. Nobody respect that name neither. Read on.
Oh, daughter of the Chaldeans.
The daughter of the Chaldeans. Who are the Chaldeans? The Chaldeans were the so-called Magi, the respected people of Babylon. Read on. They're done. They're done. Read on.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
And they're not going to be considered tender. What's tender and delicate? Men like us, you know, we're considered the field. I'll say hands. Yeah, well, to clean it up. I don't know what I can say on YouTube no more. So I'll just say we're considered the field hands. Our hands, figuratively speaking, would be rough in the old days from working out in the field. The people who manicure, who hands be manicured and getting pedicures and facials and all that, those are the tender and delicate people that are wealthy enough to get all that. Read on. They're no longer going to be tender and delicate.
Right. So we can read on this verse 2 now. It says, "Take the millstones and grind mill.
Right.
Uncover thy locks."
Uncover that lot. This is basically telling you you're going to serve in captivity. You are no longer going to rule. Read on.
Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh.
So that's basically saying your sins are being uncovered. Read on. Figuratively speaking.
Pass over the river. Pass over the river, yeah.
Right? Read on.
Verse 3. And it reads, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen."
Skirt lifted up, thy shame shall be seen.
Yeah.
When at least a decent woman, if somebody was to walk in on her while she's changing and she half naked, she would be ashamed. The shame of these devils, I'll say, because again, I don't know what I can't say, is going to be seen. People are looking and seeing, yo, they know what's going on here. They know what's happening. Like, people know. You got people bringing out all types of demonic crap that's being done. Diddy is the beginning of it. He's not even the beginning. They've been started at that. Diddy's just the next one. Diddy is just the next one. They're going to chop them all down. Jay-Z, they already saying Jay-Z is probably about as bad as Diddy. Read on.
So it's Isaiah 47:3. It says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance." And
the Lord is going to take vengeance, man. Like, think about that. The Lord of heaven and earth is going to take vengeance on these people. And we ain't got to say the name of these people. We know who these people are. You know we're the so-called Hebrew Israelites. So you know when we talk about the Lord is going to take vengeance on these people, you know who we talking about. We ain't got to say it. Read on.
Say Esau.
We could?
Yeah, you can say
I didn't think we could say that. Wasn't we saying E months ago, like years ago?
Oh,
We had to relegate to saying E. But whatever, y'all know who we talking about. Esau, Idumea, the devil.
Old serpent.
Yeah, the old serpent. The damn devil on what's that, that lunch meat that they had, the red devil, the spam or whatever. I forgot what the hell. That canned meat that they used to have. I don't know if they have.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Damn, yeah.
That red devil.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Read on.
Okay. And look what he says after he takes vengeance. He says, "And I will not meet thee as a man."
And he's not going to meet you as a man. Read on.
So it's verse 4 of Isaiah chapter 47. It says, "As for a redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans."
And sit thee in silence. Man, listen. The people that are ruling now that have all the get top class manicure, pedicures, and all that, all the delicacies of this world, because they're wealthy, because they took control of the world's finances, they are going down. They are going to be in slavery.
That's right.
They are going. The tides are gonna turn from the people that enslaved everybody. They didn't just enslave black and brown people. They enslaved the world. You got regular Idumeans that are working now. They're busting their ass. Difficult jobs. They're gonna be enslaved. And the people that run them, they're gonna be enslaved. Read on. Oh, good.
So continue on this, Isaiah chapter 47, and it was in verse 5. It says, "Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms."
And you're not going to be called the Lady of Kingdoms. And you notice how America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, and now it's called America. You gave it a feminine twist to the name Amerigo. Why do you think that is? America is known as a lady, as a female. America the beautiful, right? Do you call a man beautiful? No, you call a woman beautiful. So that goes to show you the feminine nature of America, right? Read on.
And,
Above the fruited plain and all that damn song. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Read on.
So this Isaiah chapter 47, verse 6. It says, "I was wroth with my people.
He was pissed off with us. Read on.
I polluted mine inheritance."
He's polluted. He allowed his chosen people, who he brought up to be the ones tender and delicate. He let us be in slavery under you, devil. Read on. Well, wait till that bullshit passes. Let that be a fucking Rothschild. Read on.
So Isaiah chapter 47, verse 6 says, "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand."
And notice that shit's going away from the hospital. So that might be somebody that went over here and they're like, no, you got to go to the trauma unit in UMDNJ. Anyway, read on.
Yep. And it says, "Thou didst show them no mercy."
They didn't show us no mercy. Esau had no mercy on us. So guess who's not going to have no mercy on y'all? The Heavenly Father. Read on.
It says, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Right. So the heavy, the slavery that we went through, the servitude, y'all gonna go through it. But you know what? Drop that. Get me the closer.
Yeah, verse 7 was cool too.
You get that. Get that.
Real quick. Verse 7 is for completion. So this Isaiah 47, verse 7. "And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever."
And
So,
they thought they was going to be around forever. God bless America, right? America's going to be around forever. The greatest country in the world. Like their propaganda in their movies is ill. That Rocky IV. Oh, you killed the black man, but then the Italian man goes over there and beats the brakes or lasts 20 damn rounds against the Russian. Like that's even possible. FOH, man. Read on.
continue on, it says, "So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it."
So you knew that this was gonna happen. You know that you have an end, but no, we're gonna be great forever, beautiful. Our kingdom is gonna stand forever. No, your kingdom is being dismantled right now, from coast to coast.
That's right.
And what we're telling, our message to black and brown people, is that we gotta get our spirits right and separate from this American way of thinking, because it's going to be our downfall. Give me the closer, brother, Bashar.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that knowing the time that now it is..."
This damn movie just came out this week, man. Last week. Leave the world alone. Behind. It's a message, man. Leave the world behind. All that is Obama's trying to make it look, because there was a scene in the movie where they're like, oh well, there's really no united group of people that know what's going on, right, or are causing these things. No, there's a damn united people. They're just trying to wash their hands and try to make it look like they were genuine. Misdirection, exactly. It's them, not us. Don't all Edomites say that shit? Oh, that's a different type of Edomite. F out of here. All of y'all are the same. Some of y'all just hide it better. Read on.
Yep. Romans chapter 13, verse 11, it reads, and that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
There's time, like okay, it's time, and then there's high time, like it's a real critical time to awake out of sleep. This is a high time to awake out of sleep. Read on.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believed.
And listen, we've been reading this scripture for years, 50 plus years. And I'm talking about the Israelites that be on the street preaching like us. We've been pulling this scripture out for years. We're closer to our salvation this year than 50 years ago. We're getting closer and closer. That time is closer and closer. Don't you dare lose patience, man. Don't, all you brothers out there that were in the faith and left it, or that's thinking of leaving, don't leave. Those of you that left, y'all better pray for redemption. Because you're gonna put to waste all the great things that you did out in the streets preaching all them years. Read on.
So now we're in verse 12. It says, the night is far spent.
The night is far. What does that mean? Your time in darkness is being wasted. You're wasting your damn time. Notice it's using words like high and far. It said the night is not just spent, it's far spent. Like you're wasting it a lot. Read on.
The day is at hand.
The day is close. It's closer now than it was 20 years ago. 50 years ago, it's closer. Read on.
Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
And let's cast off the works of darkness, meaning what? Or the ignorance, the evil, us having the ways of America and the lies and the things that they push, their agendas. Let leave the world behind. Leave all that shit behind. Read on.
And let us put on the armor of light.
And put on the armor of light, which is the spirit of Yahawashi Yahawashi. Right? And that's it on that. No, there's more. Read on.
So now, this is Romans chapter 13, verse 13. It reads, let us walk honestly as in the day.
Let us walk honestly as in the day. Because most crime is done in the night, in the evening. And there's a reason for that, because you can hide among the shadows. You can hide away from the lights. Right now, if somebody was to get shot, all these people would see that. But give it a few more hours, somebody gets shot, they can escape without being seen. Read on.
It says, as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. In verse 14, that's the last verse. It says, but put ye on the Lord Yahawashi, and make not provision for the flesh.
And we not making provision. What is making provision for the flesh? Of course, while we're here in America, we got to eat, we got to pay our rent, our mortgage, we got to live while we're here. But what it's saying is, don't put your spirit into the things of this world. Don't let that dominate your thoughts. Be more about the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi, because that's who won't fail you.
The word provision, it means forethought.
Right.
So your forethought shouldn't be about the flesh.
Exactly. And because your forethought is on this thing, your mind and your spirit is on these things of this world, the cares of this world. Trust and believe, this shit is gonna fail. This shit is all gonna go up in flames. Putting your spirit into these things is wasting your spirit's time, literally. Read on.
It says, to fulfill the lust thereof.
And all this is lust thereof, man. Your women are borrowed. 90% of if you fall in love with a woman, that woman has been passed the hell around. 99. I'm trying to be nice. But yeah, this is not a tirade against women. It's pretty much what it is. 9 times out of 10, you fall in love with a female. You fall in love with a borrowed female. She's yours for a certain time. These women do not look at us as permanent either. This is your turn for the time being. You buy a house, just like, I made a video talking about it. You buy a house, you don't know what damn nutcase was living in that house before you. What type of spirit? Like I said, you could be buying a house that had a damn child molester in it. So your child is filled with damn spirits and all types of shit. right? When we in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to have our own women. We're going to have our own. Your house is going to be made for you on the backs of these damn heathens.
Right. That's
But with
right.
that, we go. Oh,
Nah, it was just gonna. I was just gonna say a lot of Jake now. You ask them, they don't want to work. They don't want a virgin. They want somebody that's already experienced coming into
that's
the relationship.
a-
That's just how fucked up y'all right now.
Yeah, Jake. Anyway, with that, we're going to say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David, elders of GMS, and shalom to the sincere brothers out throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and righteousness and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.